Welcome back, humans! You know what day it is. And before I get started, hit me with the like button and smash that subscription and turn on your notifications. I would appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel, hit me with a subscription too. I would appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy. Got some more vents, because you know what day it is. It's vent day. You know what I'm saying? I'm here twice a week. I got some vents, and more vents. So, I got a local news update for everyone here. Are you sick of all the political agendas being just like forcefully shoved down your throats? At like the least moment, like right when Seacrest or whoever knew the host is, the fucking American Idol shit back in the day, you're about to get the answer or the conclusion, and they're like, and we'll find out after this. You know what I'm saying? Right when and the vote's all said, it's time for a commercial. You know what I'm saying? Well, now right when you're into your show, you know what I'm saying? You're watching whatever it is you're watching. You know what I'm saying? You're Downton Abbey or whatever the show is. You know what I'm saying? You're Matlocks. You know what I'm saying? And so you're watching the show, and all of a sudden these political ads just start coming out, and they just start shoving your face in them, every year, all year. It used to be like only around election time. Now it's just like all year round. Just shoving them down your throats. Well, might as well get used to it, humans, because the company responsible for all that is going to be getting more control, and they'll be doing it more and more often, no matter what you want to do about it. There's nothing you can do. The company that owns all these channels is about to buy more channels. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, let me share the name. They're called the St. Clair Broadcast Group. I guess these guys already own, or this company already owns, like almost all the local TV channels, like all over the place, not just here, like all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And they're about to invest like a whole bunch more money, and they already have this story isn't that new. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty new, but not that new. And they're about to invest a whole bunch more money, and they have invested a whole bunch more money to buy more channels. So they basically control all the shit that we watch on TV over here. So whatever agenda they want to push, that's all the shit we get to see on our TV, thanks to this broadcast group. They own all the channels, like all of them. So they get to put what's on there. You know what I'm saying? They can weigh you this way and sway you this way and sway these people this way. You know what I'm saying? Because they can put what they want on their channel because it's their shit. So just get ready and get used to it, because this is going to be normal stuff. You know what I'm saying? You get your coffee, politics. You know what I'm saying? Going to bed, politics. Right in the middle of your show, politics. What's this new show about? Politics. Every show's going to be politics. What's this documentary? You know what I'm saying? It's political. So I'm just saying. It's just get ready, people, because these people are going to take over. They're planning on a big takeover, which they already have begun. Like I said, this story isn't that new, but it's pretty current. And just like more details came out because of the expansion that they're about to try to accomplish. They're going to drop like some big dollars on a company you probably just heard of right now. You know what I'm saying? The St. Clair Broadcast Group. They own all the TV shit. All the stuff on TV. All the Oprahs. Not the Oprahs, but like the show that Oprah's on. The channel. All the channels. They own all that shit. So, basically, like I said, this is going to be normal stuff. Your kids' cartoons, they're going to be all political. Everything's going to, whatever, if they want that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said before in the previous episode about, kids used to come home and on regular channels, they didn't have to go to the Cartoon Networks and the Disneys and all that shit to go fucking watch cartoons. It would be like on a local channel right around after school time. And they would throw like a little, like around like in the 15 mark of every hour, they would throw a little news update, coming up. Get ready for sad shit. You know what I'm saying? Right in the middle of your show, but they wouldn't do it all the time. Instead of the whole 6 o'clock news, it would just be the snippet because you was watching cartoons. You know what I'm saying? It would be like interruption for the news update. You know what I'm saying? Later on at 10 o'clock or the 8 o'clock news or whatever the shit news. Whatever the time o'clock news. You know what I'm saying? Beware to get pissed off. You know what I'm saying? People died. Fucked up shit happened. Find out later. Enjoy your Batman. Now back to Batman. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Now back to Care Bears. So beware and be ready. Well, or get used to it. Like I said, this ain't going to be, you'll think, oh, this election's almost over. You know what I'm saying? Shit never ended. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they're pushing down the throat because of this plan and this plan. You know what I'm saying? And then another governor wants this, doesn't like this governor, and this mayor don't like this mayor. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. That's why I think, like I said before, they should all just fight. They should just put the gloves on and do these celebrity fights. You know what I'm saying? Just get it all out the way. I mean, you'll still have to do your whatever, you stick to your policies and everything, but at least we get entertained, and it'll probably like get more respect from wherever you're from this country or your country or whatever you guys were, whoever was disputing. Y'all should just brawl, put the gloves on, and they got to be like big gloves too, because you guys are all old. You know what I'm saying? They could even be the big pudgy ones, and that shit would be really kicking off. That would be like super high levels of entertainment. Tell me y'all wouldn't pay for that. I would pay for that. I would pre-order that. I would pre-order that and invite people over. You know what I'm saying? I would pre-order that, invite people over, and risk getting a channel taken down for a live stream just to show everybody that match live. I would do it. You know what I'm saying? For all like our leaders to go with the big pudgy gloves or even the sumo suits. You know what I'm saying? Give them a boundary line they got to push the other guy across and maybe get like a team of threes, like 3 allies versus 3 allies. Put them in the sumo suits and make these boundary lines where they can score points. And they just got to bump, sumo wrestle with the sumo suits on and try to score points. I would pay to see that too. For real. And I wonder if that broadcast group would let them promote this on TV. Because who knows if it would sway them along the agenda that they want to push. If it ain't the way they want it to go, then they won't put it on the TV. But this is crazy entertainment. That's why it's going to be like pay-per-view. Boxing promoters should get involved. This would be awesome. I would line up for this. People would line up for this. You could sell mad tickets. Mad tickets. See, like the world leaders, in the wrestling bumper match. Whatever the hell you call that shit. Sumo bumper or something. But I would love to see that shit. But anyways, like I said, get ready for that stuff. Because like I said, I mean, there's no going to be nothing around it. There's no getting around it. We can't get around it. This stuff is going to be normal. This is going to be on our TV all the time. And that's it. That is what it is. And it's a damn shame. It's messed up on you, Mr. Group. Even though you probably you own channels that I probably do watch and enjoy. I need to just back it up a little bit. Like around the holidays. Just let it ease back the politics on the holidays or something. You know what I'm saying? Just ease back. Otherwise, it's double messed up on you. At least give us Jesus' birthday off of the politic game. But then you can't, because then the world leaders are all out there saying Merry Christmas to everybody. Y'all could just write it in a digital message on the screen. Take the day off. On the media. Media needs a time off. Where does the media get time off? That's what the media needs time off. If anybody needs time off, just to where they can show reruns. The news needs to show reruns and they need to just shut down for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They need to just start. When does the news start showing reruns? Where's the news rerun channel? You know what I mean? Every other channel, you could just watch reruns, but you can't watch reruns of the news. You know what I'm saying? Well, I wonder what it is. People be watching old episodes of Friends. You know what I'm saying? And you'd be like, oh shit, look at it, it's Rodney King on the news again. That's crazy. Remember that shit? It was crazy back then, wasn't it? You know what I'm saying? You would have a crazy conversation. You know what I'm saying? If they would have a news rerun channel. You know what I'm saying? Oh damn, I remember that. You know what I'm saying? When the guy in the helicopter or the parachute landed in the Holyfield fight. Or Holyfield Riddick Bowe, I think it was. You know what I'm saying? Damn, remember that shit? What was you doing that night? Blah, blah, blah. To bring some crazy stuff up with the news. You know what I'm saying? Having a rerun channel. That's kind of crazy now that you think about it. Around here, I don't think there is one of them channels for rerun channels of the news. It'd be kind of cool. I think it'd be kind of cool. You remember that shit? Just don't put some crazy stuff up on there. You know which one I'm talking about, Just don't be putting that crazy stuff on. But the media should have time off and it should be straight up reruns. That shit would be great. At least in my mind, because it was like I said, it would bring back memories. Damn, what was you doing around this time? Where was you at? This and that. Or it would be kind of fun. And maybe sad. I don't know. fun or sad. Or both. Maybe there was like a fun time and a happy time. It just bring up stories, I think. You're like, dang, you remember that shit? You know what I'm saying? Remember that shit? When we were kids, and that'd be crazy. But I just think that's bananas. Now that I think about it, I just think it's bananas. They should have a rerun channel. I won't leave this alone. I will write to them and see what's going on. Why? Where's your rerun channel? Damn. They play replays of sports games. They play replays of everything except the news. Maybe they do. But like in the documentaries. Or like you can watch the Weather Channel. All that shit, like there's some new shit in there, but there's some stuff that looks like old as hell when you watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that's wild. We should be able to have rerun news. So anyways, over here in Michigan, man, I think it was Traverse City, Michigan, a state of Michigan here, where I'm from. They had a crazy accident at a carnival. There was a festival going on. They had carnival rides. We have all the festivals out here. I'm sure you guys do too. They seem to swing around like every city in the state. They start, and it's like all around. Everybody gets nice. People starting to get allowed to go free now. We got, like I said, we get to dip our feet in the waters of freedom. You know what I'm saying? We're allowed to put our feet in the water a little bit. Now we're about to get out and reminisce and have a little fun. Start doing things. So we went to all there's street festivals going on. They got carnival rides, and one of these ones called the Shooting Star was running as usual. But I don't know if you guys know this, but everybody seemed like got a bunch of rain. They even said somewhere, I think Europe, somebody got somewhere in Europe, I forget where it is. They got like a month's worth of rain in like so many hours, like a month's worth of their usual precipitation amount, like in a few hours. It was like flooded. And we got pounded with rain over here in Michigan, over here in Detroit, all over the place in Michigan. We just got fucking monsooned. Like, we was floating. There was people riding jet skis on the freeway. I'm not even lying. Look it up. Look it up. There was people riding jet skis on the freeway. You know what I mean? There was people riding boats down the streets and doing all this stuff, and boats and jet skis all over the place, canoes, kayaking. We was flooded. And our freeway, like, goes down underground a little bit, this one freeway. And it filled up so high, it was almost to the top of the viaduct. You know what I mean? Like, there was like just a little bit of room there on some areas of the freeway. It's just bananas, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just got pounded with rain. And don't get me wrong, we need the rain. But then it causes more questions, into that, political game. People want to know why the systems ain't fixed, and they'll start looking at our leaders again and, start bringing all that hoopla. But anyways, so this carnival ride, it's called the Shooting Star. And there was people on it, like as usual, you're at the carny, you got the Joe Dirt dude, you know what I'm saying? Looking, this guy didn't look like a Joe Dirt guy. You don't got the Joe Dirt carny guy, pushing the button, starting to ride, you know what I'm saying? And with the mullet on his fucking stomach, you know what I'm saying? Not only on his hair, but his stomach. It wasn't that guy, you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard people find work. Everybody's been complaining. They've been saying all these companies are hiring like crazy. Like I said, all these people are hiring. Even in the street game, they got hiring signs. Like I said, it's everybody's trying to get people to work, but they're getting all this money not to work. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so this guy was at the carnival running the machine, and apparently it started tipping over. The outrigger legs that keep it balanced started getting unbalanced, and this machine was like, I think it was close to the water. It started rocking and almost tipping over with all these people on the ride. And it was crazy. So the guy that ran the carny guy, you know what I'm saying? He hit the stop button or the e-stop button, jumps off and abandons ship. Like, my man was just like, that's how you know it wasn't a real carny. Because, like, those guys seem like they are dedicated people. You know what I'm saying? And people wonder how many people get lost on the trails of the carnies. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with y'all. A new conspiracy coming soon. But anyways. So my man hits his e-stop button. The video's kind of grainy, but you can see the big machine and see what's actually happening. But my man jumps off the machine, and the machine's toppling. It's about to go over. And the human citizens out there, man, they just like boldly, like this one guy starts it off. It looks like a guy, and he, decides to run over there with, like I said, instinct, man, like on a previous instinct. People just react on things. And it was just like, I got to help these helpless humans up there. You know what I'm saying? So this guy runs over there and tries to counterweight this toppling big-ass machine by himself, man. And then all of a sudden people are looking and they're like, oh, my gosh. And then all the other humans come and like a whole bunch of humans come awesome humans out there and jump on this machine and help this individual, and they all fucking counterweight this machine down until it could slow down and get everybody safe. And that was a really scary event, you know, because carnivals are fun, dude. And there's been so many like things and tragedies at them and amusement parks, you know, everywhere, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, carnivals, man, get a bad rap, you know, because they're just like, you put them up, you know, they're fly by day, fly by night or whatever, you know, they just get put up and then they got to go to the next show and on to the next show and on to the next show. So it's kind of crazy, you know, so people probably question some of this equipment, you know, and you always hear of like accidents all the time. And like I said, this one happened here. There was another one in a local town over here downriver and at another street fair from a rock wall. And then, like I said, if you start looking, you'll just start finding all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, I used to hear stories about the Six Flags in Chicago or whatever. I think it was called Great America or whatever. And I used to always hear, like I have family out there, you know, shout out to Chicago. It's where I'm born. I was born in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And anyways, so I would hear all these horrific stories of these crazy accidents that happened. And there probably was just maybe one or two. And like it got into those like, you know, like them horror story folk tales, you know, that all this tragedy shit happened. You know what I mean? Because we had this one amusement park, you know, back at home, and it's not even open anymore. It used to be called Bablo Island. You know what I'm saying? And you would get on a boat and buy your tickets, and it would take you to the island. And it was a big amusement park. It was like a Cedar Point and a Six Flags. You know, it was like one of those places, man. You'd go out there, have a blast. There was water rides, roller coasters, all that jazz. You know what I mean? And that place ended up shutting down, you know, and you heard stories about that. Like there was a roller coaster there that was like indoors. And when you'd go in there, it was like all pitch black. And you would go and you'd be flipping around in this roller coaster. At least I think you were. Unless it was one of those motion things like at the mall where you would back in the, oh man, don't let me go there. But anyways, like, you know, they had this indoor roller coaster. It was like pitch black. And it would just shape you in this room and you were black. It was like just black room, no lights. You couldn't barely see your hand in front of your face. And it was a roller coaster ride. You would just be like, holy crap. And it was just really scary. And they told you not to raise your hands, you know, and they would tell you not to. And supposedly somebody did. And then my man, you know, lost his hands or some shit. Like, you know, and it was one of the stories that went around. And nobody, I don't know if it was true. We would ask people at the fucking place. They would never, oh, I don't think so, man. I think it was just a, you know, crazy tale. But some of that stuff I was just wondering because I would just hear all these crazy stories about that place, you know. And, so it would always have me like, I don't know if I want to go there. You know, just kidding. But, yeah, man, you know, you could, if you look around, you can find some crazy stuff out there on that stuff. But, you know, it's a shame, you know, and I'm sure those people, like I said, those citizens went out there on instinct and, they fucking, went out there and saved them people, man. They acted as a counterweight, and that was really awesome. And there's a few videos out there online. I'll try to get one, like I said, but the quality isn't very good on any of them. There's some different angles. And you can see the severity of, like, you know, how close these guys were to, like, getting severely hurt. You know, if not, you know, fatally, but seriously hurt. Because this thing was about to topple over. And I don't know what was behind it. I want to say there was, like, water or something crazy, man. And they got this big steel bar, you know, holding you all down. So if there was water, damn. You know, you guys got lucky, yo. And then these people jumped out there. The one guy by himself, he looked like a one dude in some flip-flops and, like, a sleeveless vest. You know what I'm saying? Went out there and jumped down there as a counterweight, and all the other humans helped him out. And, man, now you guys are safe, man, and it could have got crazy. You know, it could have got crazy. And then, you know, now they're talking controversy, too, because they said that machine was broke down in less than an hour and packed up and gone. You know what I'm saying? They said they sent it to the manufacturer to go see what was wrong. And a lot of people don't know, like, a lot of people were saying it was probably because of the rain because, man, like I said, we got rained on, man. We had floods everywhere. I mean, some roads were like shut down for like over a week, you know, just super flooded. And so the ground out here, like right now, like your grass out here, like right now, it's been like raining on and off. We had this humid weather. It's just been like raining and not raining, and just doing this weird, you know, we're just been getting like we're just been soggy, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking maybe the outriggers, they say the outriggers were on land and the other ones were on asphalt. So they think, you know, they assume that the grass got pounded into that mud because of how much rain we got. And then it got all uneven and was about to, you know, topple it over. And, man, I'm glad people just reacted so quick. You know, I appreciate all those humans that made that move, you know. Because like I said, like instinct, overpowers all. It's your heart. Like people, like I said, it's instinct, and then it's your heart. Your heart wants to help. Wants to help someone. As much as like all this media and all these technological, devices we all have that are awesome and amazing and entertaining. That thing is still very powerful. And it'll still overcome all that. When it has to when it has to. When its back's against the wall, that'll kick in, and then people come out there and do amazing things. They don't care your age or what side of the fucking political game you're on. They don't care what color you are, what nationality you are. They see that you're a fucking human being in danger, and they want to help you. And that was just amazing to me. That everybody reacted so quickly, it's just amazing when I see those things, and like I said, I'm thankful all those people are safe and everybody that just made that move to help them, it's just amazing. I really think that's amazing. But like I said, there's I guess they wanted to investigate this machine, and then they packed the machine up and said they sent it to the manufacturer or whatever before I guess people could check it out here. So now that people are talking junk about, what they're covering up, and this and that. But like I said, I just be grateful everybody's safe, man. And I'm sure they'll check out the machine and, fix it, do whatever it's got to get done. Or they'll find out it could have been, the platform it was on. Could have been unstable at the same time. Could have been a little bit of both. But man, that was nuts, man. That's pretty crazy. So anyways, on a lighter note, like I said, 4th of July weekend, everybody, I'm sure you had a great time. It was pretty interesting. I showed you the fireworks lady, and I showed you the Amazon lady who was taking my man's packages because she didn't like that he was getting packages all the time. She was like, a lot of comings and goings was here, So 4th of July comes, and I guess in Florida, man, I'm sorry, Florida. Because like I said, I thought people was picking on you. But a lot of stuff happens in Florida, man. And I love Florida. But how little I know, like inches or feet away from me or just a few yards away, some of these crazy people could be like right there. But I'm just saying, shout out to you guys. So a man in Florida, I guess, got upset because people were setting off fireworks, earlier than I guess the law allowed. I guess you're allowed to do it on certain times, all the way till a certain time of night, and you can do it all the way to 4th of July. And I guess people were doing them early, so a neighbor got really upset, lost his crap just a little bit, and I got a little bit of audio, and so apparently this woman caught this man on her surveillance camera shouting really loudly through the neighborhood because he was upset at these people shooting off their fireworks. And so he started doing his own fireworks. But, he didn't have real fireworks. He was just making sounds of fireworks, with his mouth, just yelling. So I got a little audio here, and I'll share it with y'all. Here's a news clip.
Florida man having a firecracker frenzy.
Shout out to Florida.
To be a fireworks screaming across a canal and upsetting neighbors. Protesting pyrotechnics and putting on his own show.
She looks like she's trying to keep a straight face.
The network's Alejandra Garcia has more on the story.
Firecracker! Firecracker! People living on a Cape Canal got an early 4th of July show. They couldn't see it exactly, but they could definitely hear it.
The dogs were barking, and we go outside, and this guy is screaming.
You gotta love it.
I mean, so loud. He seemed to be upset that people were celebrating early.
The resident came outside and heard someone screaming from the darkness across the canal, putting his own show on in protest of pyrotechnics.
Shut up!
Bottle rocket! Yes!
Okay. So this woman got him on video, and she went out to yell at him, as you heard, and he just was like, bottle rocket, firecracker. And so I guess he had his own fireworks show because this was like his protest to everybody shooting off fireworks at the late hours of the night and and messing up his Sunday morning probably, so he wants to sleep in or get some good sleep in or whatever. And so this was great. I kind of needed this because this was like, you thought the one fireworks lady was like, top notch. And then this dude comes in and has his own verbal fireworks. And that was awesome, man. Firecracker. That is hilarious. Now, when you see this little clip here, the news journalist is like trying to keep a straight face. And it is really funny. Let me see if they got a little bit more audio here. I'll try to share it with you. Let me see what they got any more.
Well, he's definitely out there. That or he's definitely on something, maybe.
Fireworks are legal in Florida on 3
He's
days.
definitely on something. One of the neighbors.
Although they are legal, they might still violate Cape Coral's noise ordinance. But this guy is too.
So anyways, the cop says pretending to be a firework is still a noise ordinance violation. All right, so oops, sorry about that. So this dude decides to yell and have this big crazy outburst about fireworks, you know what I'm saying? What was the difference of him yelling and doing all that as opposed to like the people doing the fireworks in the middle of the night? I guess that's what he was trying to get at, and they weren't seeing it his way or whatever, and the neighbors were giving him a big sting. But now he's on the news. Like I said, the media got a hold of his ass, and now he's the bad guy for doing something. I thought it was funny, man. I wish I would have been there. I would have laughed so hard and cheered him on or whatever, and I would have asked for the finale. I'd be like, do the finale from like the other side of the water, because I think they were at a lake or a canal. They were in some canal or whatever. So I would be on the other side like, do the finale. I'd be waiting, or I'd be playing like the fireworks playlist. I don't know if you guys have the fireworks playlist where you're from, but over here they play like the same, like no matter where you're at, they always play that. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. You know that song during the fireworks. And they play it at all of our fireworks here. I don't know if they do that for you guys, but they do it here all the time. Like if there's fireworks going on, that song will come up. And I finally stand up. And maybe one time a firework would go off at the right time because they make a noise like a firework in a song, like poof, But yeah. So I think it'd be hilarious. I'd be like playing that song on my like Bluetooth speaker on the other side of the water, like annoying the neighbors just as much. I'd be like playing the soundtrack while he's doing the fireworks, and then have like my family cheering like we was watching it too. Cause that's awesome. That would be great. That'd be so awesome to me. I think it'd be hilarious. So let me get on with this. Now, I enjoy tattoos. I don't have any tattoos, but I enjoy tattoos. I like the work. I appreciate the artwork. I see that, I appreciate the people that can sit through that stuff because to me, it looks a little painful. I've just never gotten one. I just never have. I might have almost gotten one and chickened out a couple times. I'll admit to that. Only because I started overthinking it. I was like overthinking it, like, oh my God, I'm going to have this on forever. And like, but it's badass. Do I want this badass picture on me forever or whatever? And so, this piece of art, and I was just like, why do I want my first tattoo to be so giant? For one, I was like, if I'm going to get a tattoo, I was like under the influence, obviously. I was younger. I was buzzed. I was drinking. And I was like, if I'm going to get my tattoo, I'm not going to get no little fucking small ass tattoo for my first tattoo. I was like, I'll get my whole back or my whole chest done. Like, fuck it. Like what I said, like I was all drunk and young. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, so, and then when it came down to it and I'm seeing other people get stuff done, I was like, yeah, I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I was just chicking out. So I just never really got one. Who knows if I ever will change my mind in the future. But right now, I don't know. I just never really, now I just don't even really think about it. But I always wondered, and I was asking my buddies who are all tattooed. And then when I asked them, they're all inked. They got nice work on them. And they were like, I was like, is there a such thing as like our tattoos now, like not tattoos like themselves, but are certain tattoos getting played out? And that's what we were wondering. And he was like, oh yeah, you know, some of these ones are super cheesy. Like I was like, he was like, the neck tat is getting cheesy. I'm like, the neck tat? That's what you're worried about? People are getting tattoos on their face. I'm like, people are putting slogans on their eyebrows and shit. When does that get played out? You know, it doesn't look bad on certain people, but some people it just looks like fucking, what were you thinking? Some people it just don't look good on. Everybody can't get a face tat and look good. You know, that's all I'm saying. It looks good on some people and not all people. But is that a played out tattoo, like the face tattoo? Should it be? He was all telling me the neck one. And he's got some on his face. And I told him, I was like, the face one ain't played out yet? Or not? I mean, maybe it's not where the location that's played out. Maybe it's the type of tattoo. Is there like a type of tattoo like that's played out? And maybe that's what he was meaning, like the style of neck tattoo. Maybe that one's getting played, you know? Or like the tramp stamp. Is the tramp stamp played out now? Or are people still getting tramp stamps? Who's getting the tramp stamp still? Is it called the tramp stamp still, or now is it called something else? Because like I seen dudes with it. I go to the beach, and just because it's like it's like a sword handle, it's still in that area. It's still in your lower back in the tramp stamp. Your sword handle's still in the tramp stamp, regardless where the blade is. That's all I'm saying. So I'm wondering, is the tramp stamp one of the played out tattoos? Because I would think it would be, but I don't have tattoos, so I don't know. That's why I was asking my buddy. They were like, yeah, that would be a good one. And then when I brought up the sword one, you know, like my man has a sword handle and the sword handle's there. You know, is that considered the fucking tramp stamp? I would say yeah, but that's just me. That could be messed up on me or messed up on you. Who knows? It's how you look at it. Or what about the tattoos? Like, are the tattoos with philosophy played out? Because everyone I see that like has philosophies of some sort on their arms or wherever they have them, their necks, their face, you know, it doesn't really look like they're following those philosophies, if you ask me. Maybe they're just conversation starters. Because you have some smart ass shit and you probably, that's the only fucking person you know of the quote is. And what if they misquoted it? And then you talk to somebody from a university and they're like over here like, oh man, feel bad for you. You know what I'm saying? They're like, why? Because I was like, you got, that shit's all written wrong. Good, you better just be around dumb people because the smart people are going to see you wrote that wrong. And he's going to be like, oh shit, you know, because you was dumb. You was dumb trying to write smart shit and be smart. You know what I mean? Because if you were smart, I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like, like I said, I feel like the philosophy ones, like I said, especially because you don't follow them. You know, it could be like, make great choices. You know what I'm saying? And it's on your face or something, or on your neck. You know what I'm saying? Golden choices or some shit. And then you're fucking like, you got like a record, you know, a super long jail record, and you're about to go in again. You're getting the rain next week. That's all I'm saying. You don't follow your philosophies. You know what I'm saying? Follow your dreams. And then then you want to ask them, but then you work with them or something, or they work like at a party store where you buy your beer and you're your friend. And it says follow your dreams on your neck. I'm just saying, is that a played out tattoo? Like the philosophy ones? I'm just asking questions here. I'm not making assumptions. I'm just saying, is it a played out tattoo? I don't want any hate or anything, like no shade, nobody come bring no hate or nothing. This is a question, are there? And my buddies were giving me some good info. Like I said, they said they think the foreign language ones, like anything in like Chinese or Japanese or Korean or whatever, those ones they think are getting played out because a lot of them are misinterpreted. You know what I'm saying? You can have something in Chinese thinking it means like power and strength, but you really got like, you know, chickens on sale tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's strong smelling, and that's what it meant. So you got to be careful on that shit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I just wondered if there was any played out tattoos like that. I was just curious, you know. So anyways, I was searching around. I found this really hilarious video I wanted to share with you guys. It was probably the most honest business ad or corporate ad, I'm sorry, I've ever seen in my life. You know, you've gotten jobs and you ever seen those videos where you got to listen and see like the corporate, you know, the rules and the guidelines and all those things like that. It felt like one of those videos where you got to like, you know, now go to the next segment. You know what I'm saying? But these guys were like straight up to the point about what their deal was about getting their deal done. Like, you know, about their clients, you know, what their goal was for their clients, basically. And like I said, these guys are the most honest company I've ever heard of in my life. And I got to share this with you guys. I mean, I apologize for all my weird faces and noises and interruptions, but it's great. And I can't shut up about it. But like I said, do you want to fucking hear some honesty? We need some more honesty like this. Cheers, humans. I'm about to share y'all a little honest bomb from corporations. And here we go. We need more honesty like this.
As a company, we have an absolute commitment to the principle of action on climate change. We're very proud of our values.
But as one of the major contributors to CO2 emissions, and as we begin to contend with the real-world effects of climate change, we have to prepare ourselves for the next step in addressing our corporate responsibilities in this area.
While the steps on the surface seem to be in opposition to our self-interest, the reality is, however, that they are, actually.
So right there, if you didn't catch that, their purpose, their interests are of their fucking investors. So, you know, and these guys are, it's called Australians for Coal. These guys want coal, you know, and they're talking about climate change, and they want to support climate change while still damaging the climate. So basically, let me continue.
Position to our self-interest.
So we recognize what we call the gap.
The gap is the problem of simultaneously holding two contradictory positions.
On one hand, to act on our responsibility to humanity, but on the other hand, to deliver on our commitment to superior value for our shareholders.
Damn. That's all I can say about that. Wow. So you got two priorities. Make those people money and consider protecting our humanity.
We needed to take a leap of faith.
An intuitive step outside of the limitations of science-based argument.
I'm proud to announce the company's new policy of
This is the new policy that they want to push.
fuck you.
Fuck you policy.
Fuck you is more than a policy. It's a philosophy where we're able to straddle the dichotomy between what we know is true and how we can benefit by ignoring that truth.
Fuck you means we can be passionate about our values, but not act on.
They can be passionate about their values and not act on it. You heard it here. Humans?
Fuck you takes what would be our present-day financial burden away from us and transforms it into a chronic economic, social, cultural, and political crisis for future generations.
The genius of this, however, is that we
Something to look forward
transferred
to.
it away from us.
It ensures solid returns to our shareholders by killing their grandchildren.
With this policy, we delay action and
They make their profit shareholders money by killing their grandchildren.
bridge the gap and are able to maintain our role as a global leader in destroying the planet.
Ultimately, this is a reflection of the values of our shareholders. Everyday Australians have chosen to invest $20 billion into the company, but we prefer to think of it as 20 billion fuck yous to the Australians of tomorrow.
There will come a
20 billion fuck yous to the Australians out there of tomorrow. These guys are being so honest and fucked up at the same time. Shit, let me continue.
when my moral choices will no longer be beholden to the shareholders, and a wave of profound regret and a sorrow will engulf me as I realise with painful clarity the enormity of the damage I have perpetrated upon humanity. And even if I plead with whoever has succeeded my role in the company to stop putting CO2 in the air for the sake of my daughter's grandchildren, he or she can turn to me and simply respond with, fuck you. And that legacy really does make me very proud.
Okay, to find out more, visit Australians for Coal. Like I said, you guys got to look at this. That was so great. When whoever shot that was comedic. Look, man, that was a corporate statement that people could get behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were just right up to the point. But anyways, like I said, I had fun with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, I'd appreciate it if you would hit that like button, hit me with a subscription, turn on those notifications, because I'm here twice a week. And with that said, this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.